Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for Thankful Thursday. So before I get started, I want to tell you about last week. If you notice, I had to change the title because the Satan lies to you. They actually made it so I didn't get paid for that video. They said advertisers wouldn't advertise on that video. So I thought it was so weird that, we talk about all that stuff and I asked about continuing with my Thankful Thursday and everything like that. And actually, all of you responding that you wanted me to continue, that had me. But then when I seen that, I'd never seen that before. And I'm like, maybe I need to continue, not just for me and for you, but because Satan is real. And, he can attack in a lot of different ways, you know what I mean? So I will continue my Thankful Thursdays. If you guys get to the point where you don't want to see them anymore, just let me know. That'll be fine too. But I just found that so odd. And as soon as I took the Satan out of it, I just still didn't get paid, but it turned green instead of yellow, which was so weird. I mean, I didn't get flagged or taken down or anything like that, but there's certain things I guess they won't pay on. Which is okay, because this month has been really rough. Like, I get usually close to 200. This month I'll make like 130. I don't understand. And I thought my views were up, but that's YouTube for you. I love it, but I don't understand it. But thank you for all the responses. I didn't realize that I touched so many people, and it's not me. It's God through me that it touches you. And I understand some people say that it's gotten too religious and whatever, but even if you're just reading verses and things like that, it doesn't always have to be directed at God. I mean, I guess it's the way that you take it. As human beings, we should want to do certain things and be certain way. So that doesn't always have to do with, well, God says you got to do this or God says you got to do that. It's just human nature that we should want to be good to other people. I did want to show you something I keep forgetting because I'm here at my desk. I thought I'd show you. I got a thank you card, and it was from the food pantry that we donated to. It said, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Simons, thank you so very much for your most generous donation to our food pantry. Thanks to a wonderful folks like yourselves, we are able to continue to help our neighbors facing food insecurities. Many, many thanks. Your friends at the Onondaga Food Pantry." And I just thought that was so nice. They didn't need to do that, but I know that they are serving for a really small community. They are serving a lot of families, so I'm glad we could help. All right, so we're going to go back to our book here. I do love this book too, by the way, you guys. It's so good. I've enjoyed reading it. I'm not reading the Bible right now. I'm taking those courses at Hillsdale. I've finished 2 entire classes, and I'm on my 3rd now. Most of the classes run from 30 to 45 minutes or so, and then you take a quiz, and then you have to get 80% all the way through, or you don't pass the course. And they're all free, so if you guys are interested in them, it's not just religious classes they have, but they have history and all kinds of stuff, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the classes. So this week, they shouldn't flag it. It's on peace. And it says, choosing peace. Wow, tomorrow's the last day of the month already. There is no gift that I have given you other than salvation that is greater than my peace. You will never fully understand the power of my peace when you find your life consumed with fear and despair. It is my peace that will lead you beside still waters. I listened to that song the other day, Still Waters, again. And it's so funny. When I was watching A Godly Home, they were kind of talking about that too. So must be it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You want to know me. You want to hear from me. And I desire to show myself strong on your behalf. But I need you to be obedient in all that I ask you to do. And I ask you to choose peace. In a fallen world, following a path of righteousness will cause you to continually face resistance. That's true. Do you ever notice, like, the closer you get to God, the more people come at you? Or things come at you? But because I am with you, there is no need to fear. I have given you my peace. See John 14:27. But you must choose me and my ways. Know that the enemy is out to destroy your faith and steal your peace. I have put before you life and death, and tell you to choose life. I put before you strife and peace, and I tell you to choose peace, my will and my ways. In order to walk with me, you must choose to walk in my ways. I give you the choice to walk your way or mine. Rest assured, my ways are always best. Obedience to me brings about greater reward than you will ever imagine. With all the decisions you must make on any given day, the greatest daily decision is whether you walk in my will or live out on your own. That one decision will determine whether or not you will have peace. Listen to me and obey my word, so that you may go well with you. My word, so that all may go well with you. Really makes a difference when you leave out a word. Choose peace. Make every effort in life in peace, and be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. Hebrews 12:14. And I think that it is so true. Like my friend Rhoda, she has the channel Peace Be Still. You know, and if you can choose peace, no matter what happens to you, no matter how bad things get, it always comes out right. You know what I mean? Like, I can let, financial or, physical or whatever just bring me down, and it's horrible. I can let those things eat away at me. And just the same with you. You guys can choose to let the world bring you down. And Lord knows there's enough out there right now to do that, if you... Do you remember 9/11? I remember right where I was standing when it happened. I was interviewing for a position to be a crossing guard at my kids' school. And they had a TV in the lobby, and, we were sitting there watching it, and the second plane flew in, and I looked at everybody and I said, we're under attack. And they're like, what? And I'm like, one plane, that could be explainable, but two planes, not so much. And if you remember, it was constant, non-stop on the TV all day, every day. It was ridiculous. And then, when we went into the war, it was all day, every day. It just and it would bring you down so bad that I know one day I said, because my boys were younger, they were both in grade school at the time. And I said, that's it. My husband's like, what do you mean? And I said, TV's off. The kids want to play their video games, that's fine. You guys want to watch movies, that's fine. But the TV's done. It is done. It was making everybody afraid, because you could remember today's yellow or today's orange or today's red or blah, blah, blah. Our children, us, our grandchildren, they don't need to listen to that and to follow along with that every day. I can watch videos and, I think, oh my God. You know what I mean? But then they get people riled up, and then they wonder why the world is so much the way it is. There's no peace. And I don't mean world harmony and everything like that, but nobody is at peace with themselves. And if they're not at peace with themselves, they're certainly not going to project it out there. And so I stopped them watching the TV all the time. And I remember we lived really close to the airport, and they had to fly over our house. And it was, you could tell, like, when the president or anything came to town, because our house would just, like, shake, because our airport at that point was really not set up for the great, big, huge airplanes like that. And I remember the sky had been so empty, and it was so quiet. Like, do you remember that? You didn't see any airplanes. It was nothing. Nothing in the air other than birds, And I remember being home and with my kids, and my ex-husband was at work that day, and the first plane came over. Do you know, I got a bit of anxiety from that, but I remember my children, and they're like, "Are we going to be okay, Mom?" And I'm like, "You're going to be fine." I actually took them outside so we could see the airplanes going back and forth. I go, "See, everything's okay. Everything's okay." But there's so many things to destroy our peace. I can remember that day too. We have an anthrax plant over here. We're the capital city. We have an airport. And the day that it happened, I called the school and I'm like, "Should I come get my kids?" And they're like, "Your kids are safer here than they are anywhere. The police departments have been through every single school. Your kids are safe." So we let them bring them home that night. But do you remember that time? And like in some people, you'll remember it now, and it kind of gives you anxiety. And I think the world's doing the same things now that it did then. And we lose so much peace. I think that's why we're more sick right now. Well, other than the food and the air and, everything else. But I think that's why our sleep's interrupted. And I think that's why people are uneasy with each other and quicker to rile up and whatever. If we project fear and lack of faith and all those things, what you project, you're going to get back. So if we have, I'm really rambling here. So I'm not going to say sorry. But if we project that, that's what we're going to get back. If we project peace in ourselves. Because, like, believe it or not, through all this stuff with my income and everything, I was upset that day. And I'm still upset, actually, with the customer because I didn't do anything wrong. Had I done something wrong, I'd have been like, "Chris," but I didn't. And he even said that. And it's a lot of money. It's $500 to $700 a month that he took by leaving. And at first I was really upset, and I can remember Tom saying, "You know what, we'll figure it out. We'll be okay." And I'm thinking in my head, how are we going to do this? Like, we have a tough enough time now. How? Da-da-da-da. But you know what? All of a sudden, I was sitting here at my desk, and all of a sudden, do you ever get that feeling like it just... And I felt this peace, and I thought, you know what? Maybe we'll have to cut back on this or that. Like, I canceled 2 things that saved me $90 a month. Does it make up for that? No. and I'll notice it next month when I get paid. But, you know, there's little things here and there that maybe we can change and do and whatever. And I don't know, I just got this peace all of a sudden about me that, you know what, no matter what we have to go through, we'll make it. We'll be fine. It might be tight, it might be uncomfortable, but we'll be fine. I think that we need to I don't know what the words I want to say. I think sometimes we need to just breathe. Isn't there that song that goes, just breathe? I think Faith Hill does it or something. But anyway, I think that this today is for us to learn to just breathe. You know, people do that. I don't know what it is. They sit there cross-legged and do all that breathing and stuff. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to bring peace in our hearts, in our souls, in our lives, so we can project it out there, and maybe that will help with peace. You know, how does a person stay angry at you all the time if you smother them in love? Just a thought. I don't know. If I knew all the answers, I guess I'd be rich, but, you know, I'm not rich, and so I guess I don't have all the answers. But for today, just think about peace. Just take that time to close your eyes and to just release. I got so into it, I forgot to do the prayer. All right, so let's go to prayer before we close. Heavenly Father, thank you for each and every person that's here today. Thank you for all the people that are going through the bad times, the good times, the in-betweens, and the really worst and the really best. I ask that the people that need your help, that you lift them up like footprints in the sand. And when there was only one set of footprints, it was you carrying us, because you knew the load was too heavy for us to bear. Grant us peace and understanding and love. I know that through everything, through all things, you are the one, and you can fix anything. We just sometimes have to take a breath and just listen to you and know what you want us to do. Know that we love you and we honor you and we praise you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So for those of you that don't like the Thankful Thursdays because of religion or whatever, I am a Christian, and I believe, and it says in the Bible, we're supposed to spread the good news, which is His word. And if you don't like that, I do understand. And you know, if you're of a different religion, then you have to follow which is best for you. I think that we tend to forget that, you know, as a people, I mean, I don't go up to someone and go, are you Christian? Are you Buddhist? Are you Catholic? Are you Jewish? I don't do that. I will talk to anybody and everybody about God. And if they don't believe the way that I do, that's okay. That's okay. We all have our own path in this world, and what path you choose, that's the path you choose. So if you don't get anything from it, I'm sorry, and I wasn't going to say I'm sorry, but anyway. But if you don't like it, but you still hang out here for me, I love you for that. I do. I really do, because the views and the length of how much you watch it and all of the advertisements and all that stuff. That's how I get paid. And so if you honestly are not a godly person and you still watch, hats off to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I watch things that I'm like, I don't like that subject, but I watch it in the entirety because I know that's someone's income. But I want to thank each and every one of you that come along every week and that you encourage me and you believe in me and you have faith in me. And you're just like I tell AJ, Grandma will always be your biggest cheerleader. And Emmy goes, me too. And I said, you too. You guys are my biggest cheerleaders other than God. But thank you for that. Thank you for the love that you pour out to me. You know, everybody thinks that love is shown by gifts and money and, you know, status and all that stuff. That's nice, don't get me wrong, but love is what you show that you give from in here. And when you give me a little piece of you, that feels so good. And thank you for that. Went way longer than I intended to today. So anyway, so let you know, Tom, the thing he was putting together yesterday, he got back too late. So you probably won't see that till this weekend. I do have a review video on something else today that I'm going to do after this. And then I have another item. I have 3 reviews. I'm still waiting for one of the items to get here. Then I got asked on another one. We get asked a lot. It doesn't mean they always come through. But if that one comes through, it's really, really cool. So, if you don't like review videos, I'm sorry about that too. But sometimes it's nice to get cool stuff. But anyways, thank you for following me. Thanks for coming along. Tonight will be another, hopefully, good dinner. It's an idea that I've come up with my canned goods. I hope you guys enjoy it. And know that I do love you. And when I say that, I truly mean that. We as Christians are taught that we're to love everybody. Do we have to like them? No. Do we have to like what they do? No. Like I tell my son, love the sinner, not the sin. But I really, truly do love each and every one of you. And thank you so much for everything that you guys do. You being here means the world to me. So, you have an amazing day. I think I'm going to start my car today. It hasn't been out of the driveway since Monday. I might go run a few errands today. I just have not felt good, and I wanted to see my grandkids on Monday. And I took them to McDonald's while we went through the drive-thru. Because I knew I wouldn't see them the rest of the week. My son worked today and tomorrow, but not till later in the day, so he doesn't need me. So I had to take advantage of seeing my grandbabies. Grandma doesn't do well if I don't get to see them. Just that's how it is. All right, so I will see you guys tonight at supper. Thank you. I love you. You have a blessed day. Be a blessing. Stay at peace. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight.